That's cold. Okay. Hi, how you guys doing? If you don't know me, my name's Dan. I run Western Canadian Reviewer, and I'm doing Dry February. Now, why am I sitting out here in the cold, freezing certain body parts off because there is ice forming? Oh, God! Still not helping. Oh, that's cold. Why am I doing this in shorts and a t-shirt? Well, because of a $200 donation that I got this time. I said I was going to do something special. Oh, God. And, nope. Oh, I'll have to warm these up afterwards. Oh, my God. Huh. Didn't know there's body parts that could be cold like that. Oh. Brr. Because of a $200 donation, I was going to do something in a icy cold stream. Unfortunately, those icy cold streams are frozen over. Just like body parts are freezing on me right now. Whew. Okay, I got this. Because of that, I want to say thank you. And this is what I'm doing for you. Shorts, t-shirt, snow on the seat, and icicles growing on certain parts. So thank you for that. This is my 5th year doing the Dry February, and it's, it gets harder each year. You should say it gets easier. No, it gets harder. Because of the fact that each and every year I actually, strangely enough, lose more friends and family to cancer. Last year I lost 2 more people. This year, pretty sure I'll lose more. It's the beginning of the year, so anything can happen. But I know it started when I lost my dad. I decided to do this. I went dry in December when I was going out to see him for what was going to be our final Christmas together. So I decided the next year I might as well go and do Dry February and do it for a charity, which you guys helped me raise over $400. And I decided to keep going. And because of that, over the last 4 years, I have raised over $2,400. Now, I know a lot of you have heard me have this spiel before and everything else like that. But you know what? I also want to show you a few other things that I've never shown anyone before. Well, maybe just one. But what kind of got me into this and what kind of got me really starting to hate that big C word. So you know what? Let's go for a walk. I want to take you somewhere that I haven't been in over 20 years, and maybe it's time that I went back there and said hi. So, you know what? Let's go. And I'm getting out of this short and t-shirt. I've done my duty. I'm freezing. I can't feel anything from here over to here. And yeah, that's cold. That's very cold. So let's go. So I was gonna go and check out the trees behind me, because if I remember correctly, that's where the tree of one of my friends who passed away, actually one of our neighbors when I moved here, passed away. They made they planted a death tree for him. It's one of those things that happens in Calgary where they had birth and death trees, and basically you go and plant a tree for when your kids are born or when some loved one passes away. Owen Hart's tree is actually in back there too, and they planted one on his behalf. At least I'm pretty sure it's back there. But yeah, I was gonna go check it out, and watched 4 very fed coyotes go across my path, and I kind of make a hasty retreat. Watching all these people wander around with small dogs, and I really want to let them know that there's coyotes in the area, but I'm sure they know. So maybe I'll go back again and we'll try and see if I can look around, but I'll take some B-roll footage, I guess. But yeah, story about Ken. When I moved here, I was living with my uncle for the first time I moved here, and he was nice enough and introduced me to his neighbor, who was actually really cool. My aunt and uncle went away to Victoria to go spend Christmas out there one year, and I had to stay behind because I just started working and I couldn't take Christmas off. So I had the place to myself, and first time being in a house by myself, never really worried about things, and the heater went out. I was getting no heat. So I had to call up my neighbor Ken, who helped me out and got the heater going again, or got the heat going again. Learned that there was a pilot light, and I never knew about that. He also knew that I was a big wrestling fan. I still am, obviously. And he offered to take me and his son to go see the WWE live show at the Saddle Dome. This is when he was going through treatment for his cancer. He wanted to live his life while still having cancer and wanted to live it fully. Going through treatment, he drove us down there, he drove us back, but he was exhausted, he was tired. The treatment was taking a toll on him, and it was one of those things that you saw what not only the cancer did, but the treatment did to him. His stomach was getting bloated, he was getting exhausted, it was terminal, but he was trying to live the life he could while he was under a terminal prognostic. Please excuse me, I probably said that word completely wrong. Diagnostic, there we go. Yeah. So having him do that while going through a very rough go of cancer, it meant a lot to me. It started me on the path of wanting to pay back or try to find something in the way of helping others while I went through treatment. And unfortunately, like I said, his tree is back here. He did pass away because of cancer shortly after, I guess about 6 months after he took us on this wonderful trip to the Saddle Dome to go see the New Age Outlaws, Eddie Guerrero, and other great stars like Bret Hart and Owen Hart as well, and other great stars. And I mean, he wanted to live his life and go and help out other people and
I mean, I'll never forget the day they took me to the Citadel Dome. Took his son to the Citadel Dome so we can watch wrestling and have a good old time. And we were up in the second balcony, just two rows away from the 2 rows from the front, I guess you could say, on the second balcony. And it was amazing. Like, I've never been to a big show like that. That was my first big wrestling show, and it was a house show, but Calgary was all over it. And he tried to have fun, but you see that it was tough for him. He was there, he took us there, but he was trying to have some sort of enjoyment, and he did his best, but he was exhausted. I asked him if he was okay. He goes, yeah, enjoy yourself, I'm having a good time, but I'm tired. And he was. And I felt bad for him, but he got to do what he wanted to do. It's things like that kind of sort of do what I do the Dry February. That was my first real experience being next to someone or close to someone that had a terminal cancer. Yeah. So, I mean, 23 years later, I never forgot it. And I've not been back to this park since I went and visited his tree 23 years ago. It was tough. It was really tough to go and visit his tree and remember him. But every time I drove by, I always silently waved and said, hi, Ken, as I drove by. Because I drive by this place a lot. So he's never been forgotten. And he never will be. So yeah, let's see if we can go wander around and not get eaten by coyotes. Let's go check it out. These trees were definitely not this big. Hey, definitely gruesome. I got some great trees that actually grew thanks to the funeral home planting them in honor of people that have passed away. You know, it was a good idea when it happened. I don't know if they still do it or not. I haven't heard. But if they do, cool. If they don't, they really should bring that back. I mean, it was a free program that they did, so, you know, why not? I got 2 trees planted in my kid's name for their birth, obviously, not the death. Sorry, I'm hearing things in the woods there. But yeah, I mean, I hope they still do it. It's honestly a great idea. I haven't really looked it up because I haven't really had to, so maybe I should when I get home. Be an idea. Maybe be something I like to do. Okay, I didn't know how to end this video, so here I am, just gonna ramble. Actually, no. I got 1 day left on my my Dry February, and I want to say thank you to everybody. Everyone that's donated, you've got me up to $734. I want to make it past the $805 mark because that was last year's total. I was hoping for 1,000, but we got 1 more day, so obviously that's not going to happen. So if you're watching this right now, please feel free to donate. Aside from that, that was my video of the tree planting place for people who have passed on, and I called it a death forest. Why death tree planting? Why? That just sounds so horrible. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody. This has been a really good Dry February. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you real soon. And let's stomp out of cancer here, because that's my main goal. Till next time, I'm Dan, aka the Western Canadian Reviewer, saying cheers. Thank you again, and we'll see you real soon. Have yourselves a wonderful and safe evening.